All right, hello everybody. It's Chris Johnstone here. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday and getting ready for a lovely weekend. This is episode 2 of our private training session sponsored by First National Financial. And I am just thrilled to be here with you today and to bring you this content because this is something that not only heavily impacted my career when I first got started in the mortgage business, but this is something that I know many of you are very interested in and are actively engaged in right now. As far as referral marketing with realtors. And so I'm hoping that today is going to give you some extra tools that you can put into your toolkit. And it's definitely a system that I've leveraged multiple times and taught to our consulting clients with phenomenal response. And so I'm just thrilled to share with you here today, give you the outline and the blueprints of what you need to actually implement this stuff, and then help you through the process of actually getting it implemented. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into the content. We're going to go for about 25 to 30 minutes with the content, then open it up for Q&A, get you any answers that you need in order to get this stuff implemented, and then away we will go to implement in the business. Now, before we get into the actual marketing blueprint, I just want to double check and make sure that we don't have any technical issues going on here. So if you can hear my voice and you can see the screen, if I could just get you to hop into the GoToWebinar control panel and type yes in there, just let me know that you can hear my voice and see my screen, and let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're calling in from. I know that we've got people all across Canada as part of this, but again, this is invitation only. The only way to get on this webinar is through your First National account manager. So it is fantastic to have you here and to be able to give you this higher level training that we wouldn't normally be able to share in an open format like this. So this is great. From Winnipeg, that's amazing. Irene from North Vancouver, great to have you here. Steve from Cambridge, hey Steve, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Awesome. Ryan, what's up? From Kamloops, BC, great to see you here, brother. Hope all is well. And then Leanne from Barrie, Nathan from Thunder Bay, Sarah from Aurora, beautiful Aurora, awesome. And Jay Smiley, all the way from Vancouver, Canada. That's awesome. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. But it's great to see everybody and where you're from. And you know, regardless of where you're from, this is definitely actionable for you. This works in small markets. It also works in large markets. And the beautiful thing about this strategy, one of the things that I really love about it, is that you can implement this regardless of the number of people in your market. So even if there's 2 or 3 of you here from the same marketplace, this works for everybody. There's, you know, we live in an abundant time in an abundant market. And what I'm going to show you here is going to help you to really grow your business regardless of what's happening in your local marketplace. So with that, let's hop in here, and the screen looks good. All right. So before we get into the marketing blueprint here, I just wanted to remind you, because we had a bunch of people that maybe aren't going to be able to attend every single session, and maybe you haven't seen or didn't attend the first session. So I wanted to give you a reminder of where we are. During the first session, I mapped you through a blueprint on how to basically, over a 1-year period, determine what you want your income to be, and then reverse engineer what activities you have to do in your mortgage business in order to get you to the income goal that you want to achieve. And we went through this beautiful timeline layout with the lovely you on the left-hand side, or me, or whoever it is on the left-hand side, and then the 3 activities that you can do in your mortgage business to really fuel growth. So the first was database marketing. So after we went through, you know, mapping out your income and how much money you wanted to make, and then mapping out the plan to get there, we talked about database marketing, marketing to your database, putting together your monthly marketing plan, and then I gave you a 12-month calendar for all of the content that you could send out over 12 months in order to generate as much business as possible from your database. Now, the second area of growth that you can grow in your business is through your referral partners. So these are your realtors and financial planners, and you know, there's another whole other smaller subset, but those are going to be the two main drivers for you in your mortgage business: realtors and financial planners. And that's what we're going to be focusing here on today, is giving you a proven blueprint for going out and getting more of those referral partners. And then the third way to grow your business, where we're going to spend a lot of time throughout this session helping you put automated marketing processes and systems in place, is where we're going to go in future episodes. And all of that activity, again, is going to move you to the income that you want. Because if you map out how many deals you've got to do in a year, and then you look at, okay, in the previous year, where did all my deals come from? You can literally map out by deal source, as far as your database, your referral partners, and your marketing, how many deals you need to do annually, and then quarterly, and then monthly, and then weekly, and then daily, down to the lead referral source that you've got. And once we laid out that overall blueprint, you'll see how today's training fits into that larger scale planning session, because you can actually map out the activities that you need to do on a weekly basis in order to hit that goal. So I think you're really going to love that. So today we're focused right here in the middle on referral marketing and getting you more deals from your referral partners. And this is a simple system that has never failed. When I've seen a lot of people implement this system, I shouldn't say a lot, I've seen a couple of people implement this system and just kind of have it fall by the wayside and not get the results. But I have never seen it fail when you follow the math. And if you have been part of my trainings before, or even most recently, as we've become a little less formal in our training and kind of a little bit more, well, this is me exactly how I am, that you're getting on these webinar trainings, and I feel that that helps people implement better, and you really do get to see there's no magic behind it. It's just, you know, good, solid marketing and hard work that's going to get you to your goals. So you'll know that I love math, right? It will free you from all of the emotions in your business about what you feel is working or not, and give you the actual data as to what is and what's not working, so that you can actually plan your business. So in looking at the math in our businesses, we're going to look at referral marketing and realtor marketing like this. And I'm just going to move this dashboard out of the way so that I can see these full slides here. So I apologize, I'm not going to be able to see your questions in real time, but I will get to the Q&A at the end of the 30 minutes of content, and make sure that I get all of your questions answered. So the math in your mortgage business goes like this. So on average, one real estate partner is going to send you 6 deals per year. Now that's an average, and there's essentially 3 different types of realtor partners that you're going to talk to, right? You're going to get the small producers that and I shouldn't say small's the wrong word for that, but they represent a volume of deals that's less than 12 per year, right? If they're doing a deal a month, chances are you may get you know, half of that, and that would kind of put them in the average. And then you've got kind of your top end producers, and then you've got even your smaller producers that are doing 3 or 4 deals a year, right? And you're going to have essentially those 3 types of people. And by mapping out who it is specifically that you're targeting, you can really get a solid number of knowing exactly how many deals on average you're going to get from your partner. And it's my recommendation that you stay in the top 25% of the marketplace. So you don't want to be 100% focused on the top 10, and these are like the teams and the large producers, because there's a lot of barriers to break down there, right? But if you go into the top 15% that's below the top 10%, they're not getting prospected as often, they're doing a good volume amount of business, but there's not a whole lot of competition there. So it allows you to open the door, create a unique value proposition, and start that relationship, and over time win that business through, well, being your awesome self, right? Just processing your mortgage business as you do. And that's enough value for a lot of partners. If they're sending you their customers and they know that you're going to take good care of them, you're going to get those deals processed, that's enough for a lot of those people to be able to use you long term. Now, I'm going to give you an extra little hook here that makes you extremely valuable in your local marketplace. But just know that over time, you don't have to rely on the marketing technique that I'm going to show you. You can rely essentially on the relationship that you build with these people. We're just using the marketing method to open the door and get you into that business. So on average, one partner should be sending you around 6 deals per year. If you find you're working with partners and they're sending less than that, it's time to evaluate your database and the amount of time that you're putting into that relationship for the return that you're getting, knowing that there is a tremendous amount of opportunity in realtor marketing out there, and there's lots of other partners for you to spend your time going out and building relationships with, where you should be getting this minimum kind of 6 deals per year. Now, in these calculations that we're doing here, what I've done is I put an average deal at $2,500 in essentially the money that comes to you as a result of that. So we're calling that essentially the gross that comes from each deal that you're getting through a referral partner. So one yes at 6 deals per year is worth about $15,000 per year. So now what everyone else does, and this is where people fall off and they don't see results from this strategy, is that they pick up the phone and they'll just cold call realtors, or they'll try and book appointments. They get completely overwhelmed, and then when they do start getting deals from these new people that they've reached out to, they get entirely frustrated because the deals are of lower quality, right? You've got realtors that are sending you those deals where they're testing you, for lack of a better phrase, like, hey, I couldn't get this guy approved 6 months ago. Let's see if I send it to this new mortgage partner that's come in, right? So everybody gets frustrated and overwhelmed and puts maybe 60 days into a process like this, gets completely overwhelmed, throws up their hands, and gives up. Now, we're not going to be emotional about this process. We're going to be math driven and actually run the numbers. So this is a referral partner tracker, and I can't take credit for this. This is developed by a gentleman by the name of Carl White, who's a good friend of mine. He runs a company called the Marketing Animals, and they do a lot more US-based stuff, but he runs the thing called the Freedom Club, and this is their internal tracking worksheet, or a version of it, that they're using to track their outbound outreach to their referral partners that they're generating. And I just want to give credit where credit is due for this. So basically the way that it works is you start out with 30 realtors, and there's lots of ways to go out and get this list. One of the ways is to look at the local paper. So you know, when the local realtor paper comes out, or the paper comes out, goes to the realtor section, open up. Anybody that's running a half-page ad or more is actively trying to grow their business, right? They're actively, A, marketing and generating customers, but B, looking for ways to grow their business. So putting those people on this list is a great way to go about it. And if you have a friend in the real estate industry that you could potentially, you know, stop by the office, buy them a coffee, and potentially look at the board statistics that that they have access to, and just kind of, you know, take a look at where the volume is happening and identify the partners out of that group that you would like to work with. Again, you don't need a tremendous amount of people in order to generate some pretty incredible results from this system. So what you do is you open up this not so fancy Excel spreadsheet, and you write down all of the names across the top of the spreadsheet. You're looking for a total of 30, and you want to write down their names, their phone numbers, their email addresses, the marketplace in which they work, so that you have a rough idea of the part of the city that they're working in, or what type of real estate they tend to work with, whether it's first-time buyers, or it looks like they're a listing agent or a selling agent, whatever it is, just so that you know intelligently when you're talking to them on the phone how you should be positioning yourself. And then just jot down what type of volume they're looking at. And then status is when you get to the point of either a yes or a no as to whether or not they are willing to meet you for a coffee. So you start off with this referral partner tracker. This is sheet number 1, and then when you look at the second sheet that I've created for you, this second sheet is the actual success sheet. So these are people that you've actually met with, and we're calling this submitted deals, and we consider a deal just not the actual deal submitted to you in relation to having a deal submitted to you, but these are people that have met with you for coffee and they are now ready to submit deals to you, right? So these are the people that you're calling on the first list, you get a hold of them, they say, yes, I'll meet with you, and then after that, you're calling this list of people to get them to submit deals to you. So you've met with them for coffee, they said, yeah, sure, I'll try it out, and then you're working this secondary list. So these people, you're calling them because you've already met with them. You're going to know the people that are on this list. You're simply following up with them in order to get them to send you business because they've already been through that first phase. And then the third one, these are where they actually become referral partners. And this is where they're actively sending you deals, and you're keeping track month by month of how many deals they're sending you per month. So month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on, right? And you're keeping track of how many deals are submitted by each referral partner so that at the end of the year you can track your statistics, and very quickly at one glance you can see, okay, I've got, you know, out of the 30 people that I called, I was able to convert 10 of them to send me business, and out of those 10, here's how many deals each those people have sent. And you can take the people that have less than 6 and have a conversation about, you know, why it was that we may potentially have not gotten enough volume from that source, or you can reward them for saying, hey, thanks, you know, you sent in 10 deals last year, we really appreciate that, and do something special for that person in order to nurture and maintain that relationship long term. I know that this looks overly simple, like just an Excel spreadsheet, really, but most mortgage professionals that I have the pleasure of consulting with really have no idea how much business is coming from each referral partner source. And statistically speaking, a good portion of the mortgage industry has about 30% of their volume coming from realtor referral partners. And if you don't know where 30% of your income is actually coming from, that's really valuable information for you to have. You can, I mean, just by tracking what's happened in your business in the last year, you're going to be able to make some very powerful strategic decisions as to which partners you should be working with and which ones you should be replacing with other partners that can generate more volume for you. Is this making sense? Is this helpful? Is this valuable for you? And I'll pop back out here just to get a quick idea, make sure we don't have any upfront questions here. So yes, yes, yes. Can you email me the referral tracker sheet? So yeah, absolutely. I built this as a shared Google document, and we're going to send out the link to the Google document so that you can take it, swipe it, implement it in the business. So this is actually a resource that I created for you so that you can swipe and deploy. So yes, absolutely, you'll be getting an email of this, and the tabs are along the bottom. Is there anything else to supplement these Excel sheets? So supplement, no. It's pretty simple, and the reason why it's so simple is because it works. And that's really the whole point of this thing. I'm not trying to complicate your business. What I'm trying to do is maybe take a lot of the complexity out of your business and make it, oh, hey, this is exactly what I need to do. I just do these very simple steps, and I increase my volumes, and I increase my business. And I can look and see, hey, I increased my business because First National helped support me, and Chris gave me very good training that helped me to fuel that growth in my business. So it's all about simplicity and actually making this stuff happen. So one more. Awesome. Nancy, thank you. Yes, absolutely. You can take pictures of the slides as well, but you will be getting an email with the link out afterwards, okay? And so this is how it goes. We got to keep track of our metrics. And this is, again, going to seem a little bit overly simple, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen this implemented and work. So what you do is you get your list of 30 people and you follow this two-step sequence. You do one call per week for 12 weeks to those partners. Now, some of you may be saying, and I can't see right now because I can't see the chat, but you may be thinking, 12 weeks? If I call somebody once a week for 12 weeks, they're not going to be very happy with me. And I'm going to just future cast with you a little bit here and ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a deal going just a little bit sideways in the industry because of a lack of communication? Right? Have you ever had heard tale of a realtor potentially getting frustrated at somebody within the mortgage industry because there wasn't enough communication happening, right? This process, and it has to happen every week for 12 weeks, and nothing will happen. Typically, nothing's going to happen for the first 4 or 5 weeks, right? You'll get their voicemail, and you just leave them a friendly, hey, it's Chris Johnstone. We work in the same marketplace. I'd love to connect with you. I hear awesome things about you. And that's it. That's the whole voicemail. There's no pitch. There's no call me back. It's just very simple. Hey, we work in the same marketplace. I hear you're awesome. I'm looking to connect. Thanks. Bye. Right? So it takes 4 or 5 weeks for that phone call to happen, and then they call you back, right? And they may say something like, why are you still calling me, right? And you say, well, we're a very system-driven business over here, and this is how we approach all aspects of our business. Now, I have this little marketing thing that I need a local realtor to work with me on, and I just wanted to run it by you and see if it may be something of interest. Do you have time for lunch on Thursday? And in that very simple hook, what you've done is planted the seed that your communication is different, and you have demonstrated it through your follow-up with the realtor to get the appointment. So if you ever get somebody that says, hey, I feel like this is a little bit intense, your rebuttal is, well, we're really big on communication and systems here, and I really wanted to make sure that I touch base with you. It's how we process our deals. And then you can ask a very simple question. Have you ever felt like you'd like a little bit more communication from whoever it is that you're working with right now? And it just opens up a nice friendly conversation. And again, we're not trying to steal anybody's business. Just make sure that they know that we're an available option that is phenomenal at what we do, right? And so you call, 1 call per week for 12 weeks, and then you've got 6 text messages. So every other week when you call them, after you call them, you shoot them a quick text message and just say, hey, it's Chris, looking forward to connecting, right? Very simple, very low pressure, very cool way of reaching out to these people. And you'll notice there's no email that goes out in this process. This is, I don't want to call it old school because talking to people isn't necessarily old school, but we're not even using the digital aspect yet because this is what we've seen work the best. Now, our goals for this system, you should have this as a process sitting on your desk or sitting, behind your door at the office. The 30 targets that you're going to go after for those 3 months, those 30 targets should get you 10 appointments. So out of the 30 realtors that you've put on that list, by following that system, you should have 10 appointments where you get face-to-face with that individuals. That 10 appointments should get you 4 referral partners, okay? And that's 4 referral partners sending you enough volume that you're getting 6 deals per year. So again, if we do the math on that, right? If we've got 4 new partners that are sending you business on a regular basis, that's $60,000 in gross per year, which for some of you may not seem like a lot of money. For some of you, it may seem like a lot of money, but I figured it's not about us. Let's just look at some statistics, right? So I pulled this from Workopolis. As of September 2016, the average wage for Canadian employees was $952 a week, or just under $50,000 a year. So if you look at this from an overall statistical perspective, you can make more than the average Canadian worker by getting 4 people to send you mortgage business. And the reason that I don't want to spend too much time on this, but if you're thinking that this is overwhelming or it may not be worth the effort, if you look at taking that from 4 partners to 8 partners or to 12 partners, you can see how just a simple exercise of picking up the phone once a week can really make a significant impact in the bottom line of your business. So what I did was I put together a script here, and again, we're going to send this out to you. You're going to get this in the email, so don't worry about running around or screenshotting it, even though you're more than welcome to. It goes like this, and this is just to kind of warm you up. Obviously, you'll be able to massage this to make it feel a little bit more natural to yourself, but I wanted to give you something to start with. When you get them on the phone, hey, first name, my name is Name, and I've been hearing some incredible things about you. I'm a mortgage broker in town, and I have a new Facebook marketing funnel that's generating leads. I need a real estate partner to close. I'd love to get together and discuss how we can grow each other's businesses. Do you have time on Tuesday to get together and discuss? Pretty simple hook, right? Now, I've mentioned a Facebook marketing funnel. So let me show this to you. It's very, I don't want to say that it's overly simplistic. If you've never run Facebook ads, it may seem a little bit daunting, but if you're familiar with the Facebook advertising platform, these are, I'm giving you the templates for it, so you can literally swipe and deploy. So inside Facebook, you go into the ads manager, you create a new campaign, and it's called a lead campaign. They're going to ask you for the campaign type. You choose a lead campaign, and you run the funnel that I'm about to show you. Now, I took this screenshot of the last 30 days, and this screenshot was taken 2 days ago. So you can see September 20th, 2017. So in the last 30 days, this is 100%, like this is an active campaign that we have running. We generated 74 real estate leads in little old Guelph, Ontario. Our cost per lead was $4.06 per lead. We spent $300 on advertising. So $10 a day, which is $4.06. So this realtor partner that we've partnered with is getting an average of 2 leads a day, essentially, through this system, which is enough that they're thinking about us every day, because every time they get a lead, they think about us, right? But it's not enough to overwhelm them to the point where they're like, oh, I can't keep up with all these leads. This is ridiculous, right? Just a steady $10 a day budget. And then these are all leads that we're able to get in front of to say, hey, you're looking at purchasing real estate. Have you been pre-qualified for the mortgage, right? So it really is a double opportunity there. So this is the ad that we're running, like right from Facebook. It says, attention Guelph and surrounding areas. Don't waste time driving around or searching websites for hours. I've compiled a list of all open houses and price-reduced homes to be sent out weekly, completely free for anyone in our area. Click Learn More below, and I'll send you an updated list every week. Now, we're running this ad through our partner's business page, right? So the message is seen as coming from the real estate partner, and the real estate partner really does have to email out a list every week. The great news about that is pretty much all of them have an automated system that already does this for them anyway. They have a list of buyers that they're working with right now, and it will automatically send an open house list. So they put them into an automated tool that they already have, and it follows up with all those leads. Now, this is the targeting that we're using to target the people on Facebook to get them to respond to that advertisement. So you'll notice that we're not targeting real estate as a category. We are targeting people that are interested in buying a house, buying and selling real estate, first-time home buyers, for sale by owners, and homeowners, okay? And then there's this little box that I've got down here at the bottom, and it says expand interest when it may increase leads at a lower cost per lead. You always want to give Facebook that opportunity, because they'll go out into other areas where they're seeing similar people that are similar to the people that are opting in on the forum, and show your ads to them as well. So you got this kind of evergreen campaign that Facebook will help you scale over time. So that is the ad that you need to run. This is the targeting that you need to get in front of those buyers. And all you've got to do is put together a list of realtors that are already doing enough business to send you business. And this Facebook ad is your hook to be able to get the appointment with them and keep an ongoing relationship. Because again, this is all about reciprocity, right? We are actively going to them with something of value that is going to keep you top of mind in front of them on a daily basis, and you're doing something for them so that they feel obligated in a cool way to reciprocate by sending you back the deals in their mortgage business. So you have the ability to use real estate, which works really well for lead generation, to fund new leads and deals into your mortgage business while also tapping into a referral partner. Cool? That's basically it. Now, how do you generate the leads? Well, because you're using a lead ad on Facebook, they're actually generated inside Facebook. So they click on Learn More, and it pops up an opt-in form on Facebook that they fill out. But there is a secondary section where they can click and they go to a lead generation page. Most of those leads are generated right on Facebook, but this is the lead generation page that we're landing them on if they don't actually fill out the information on Facebook. And again, as you can see, it's a very, very simple basic landing page, which converts in the 8 to 10% range. So definitely nothing to sneeze at, but you want to generate the majority of those leads on Facebook. But again, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot of development time to be able to screenshot that slide and duplicate that copy. So if you'd like help in your particular business kind of mapping out how that works, or you get a realtor partner and you need somebody to set those ads up for you, we do that. It's a product that we sell. So we do like mortgage ads and real estate ads. So if you don't want to mess around with it yourself and take the, literally those are the ads, you can swipe and deploy them, they work. But if you want us to set it up and do the more technical stuff, you can book a free 30-minute planning session at cwjstone.com/funnel. The 30-minute session is free. That is covered by First National as part of this session as a thank you for your business. And then you can also access your Wizard spending account to cover the cost of our program, so we're approved through that program. Or we can, you know, to set up a campaign is there's a little bit of an upfront fee, and then we can manage it for you on a monthly basis. So our setup fee for the First National program is discounted 50%, and then the monthly management to manage the campaigns is only $300 a month. So either way, we'll help you plan it out and implement it in the 30-minute session. And if you're interested in having us do it for you, I didn't want you to get on the call and feel like it was an this is a sales pitch, because it's totally not. It's all very low-key, just to help you implement that. So I'm happy to show you any of those screenshots again that you need, and again, you'll get a copy of this PowerPoint, so you're good to go with that as well. Now, are there any questions on how to implement this, or any questions just in general about how this all works together? Oh, hold on, I've got the questions covered here. Excellent. Okay, all right. Sorry, it took me a second to get those there. So John says, oh, that's all good. Yes, John, absolutely. You want to talk to your realtor partner about compliance. And again, that's one of those things where everybody has a different marketplace, different compliance areas. But the offering of the free information as far as the open houses and everything, as long as they have, like, as long as you have your information on the page and they have their information on the page, in my experience, that's all you need for compliance. But that's absolutely something that you should talk to your partner about, so that they're comfortable, you know, going through the process. But in our experience, compliance has been very easy to get done, and we want to be as compliant as possible. It's not like this style of advertisement is not good in any way, and your realtors love it because they're trying to figure this stuff out on their own. Actively, they're actively trying to figure out Facebook campaigns. So for you to come in and say, hey, I've already got one that works. You know, I've got the templates, I've got the targeting. Here's a screenshot of the leads coming in at $4 a piece. Do you want to give this a try? It is a breath of fresh air, and you're actively going out of your way to introduce a new tool into their business. So it's always very well received. The compliance conversation is more just a, hey, let's make sure we, dot our I's and cross our T's and make sure that we're doing this properly, which is just good business, right? Absolutely. From Brenda, to confirm, we'll get a copy of the PowerPoint and the Excel sheets via email. Yes, that is correct, and that will come direct. So Ryan says, how do you access your referral partner? So Ryan, our suggestion at the very beginning is to call them. I mean, there's lots of different ways to get in front of them through, networking events and all that stuff. But I know it's daunting when you're getting ready to make the first call, but this absolutely works. Call a realtor. Hey, I've heard awesome things about you. I'm a mortgage broker in the marketplace, and I've got a Facebook advertising campaign that's generating leads that I need a realtor to work. Do you have 20 minutes to get together for a coffee so I can explain it to you? It really is that simple. And not everyone is going to say yes, but that's okay. I mean, not every mortgage client says yes. I mean, it's work, right? But the rewards that sit on the other side of the effort that we have to put out in order to get those results is definitely worth picking up a phone and talking, right? It's not like you don't even have to like pick up a shovel and dig a hole or anything. There's no manual labor. We're literally just talking to people on the phone, and it's totally okay. And I will get to the questions, but I did want to just kind of give you an aside, and I won't spend too long on this, but when I got started in the mortgage business, it was 11 and a half, almost 12 years ago. Yeah, my dad, for those of you that don't know my story, my dad is a mortgage broker in Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and he brought me into the business at a very, very young age. And I was on the rate sheets and donut circuit. I was 20, very early 20s. I can't remember my exact, age at the time right now, just off the top of my head, but I was in my early 20s. So you can imagine me trying to go out and get realtors to send me their business with my rate sheets and my donuts, and I get doors slammed in my face, and it was just horrible. And it wasn't like, it was just a very difficult way to start the business. And then I discovered Google advertising, and I'm paraphrasing here, but I figured out how to drive internet leads for realtors. And this was before Facebook was even a thing. Like you couldn't use Facebook yet, right? And Google's still a great way to go about it, but it's much more expensive in today's marketplace than it was way back then. And me, little old 20-year-old kid that didn't even shave yet, was able to generate enough real estate leads and enough reciprocity in a marketplace that in less than 6 months after figuring out how to generate online leads, I had 2 of the top 5 teams in our market sending their mortgage business to us in order to access the leads that we were generating. And I got that business through getting in my car 3 days a week and getting laughed at office after office after office, right? Then I defaulted to making those phone calls and just calling, because I could get more people in a day than I could driving around in my car, right? And so I'm not trying to teach you anything that I haven't done myself, even though, it's not glamorous and it's not easy. But man, when you get the right partner, the minimal amount of effort that you've got to put up front to make this happen is just incredible, based on the returns that you can generate over time from just, like I said, 4, 5, 6 referral partners that send you the majority of their business. That can be a massive driver of volume and revenue, regardless of your marketplace. So absolutely, I recommend that you do it. And I got to tell you, I'll give you another kind of like insider tip. So Carl, the man who taught me the call structure and what you saw there, their training is all about having somebody else make the phone calls for you. So they're hiring assistants that are at a very low, I shouldn't say very low, but like at an entry level position rate, and their job is to call with the script and say, hey, Chris Johnstone asked me to call you. He's heard lots of amazing things about you, and he's got this new marketing thing that they're running on Facebook, and they need a realtor to be able to work the leads. Would you be available to meet with him on Tuesday? It's the exact same script, but somebody else is making the calls, not you. So if you're at a position in your career where you're busy processing or you're busy in the business every day, this is something that can be handed off to somebody else and turned into a system in the business where, for half a day, 2 days a month, you're out and you meet with 4 or 5 potential new referral partners in that time slot, and that's all you have to do, just maintain the person that's making those phone calls. So that's an option for you as well. Our next question is from Mark. Do you find it effective to target multiple realtors within an office, or better to spread it out among different offices? So Mark, that's a really good question. And I've always found that creating a little bit of competitive tension is a good thing. They'll work the leads better. They'll be more responsive, especially if they know that the offer is going out to potentially a couple of different people in the office. But I would certainly look at it from the perspective, and this sounds a little bit aggressive, but hey, at the end of the day, this is business. Look at what's best for you. Okay, who's doing the volume, and who's going to be the person that's really willing to open up that relationship and make sure that you are the referral partner for them. Take stock of who you believe that partner could be and focus on those people first. So try and stay away from the semantics of it and just look at it from a numbers perspective. If there's one person closing 15 deals and there's another person closing 30 deals, I would focus on the partner that's got interest, that's got 30 deals first. And if that doesn't tend to work out, then default to the 15, right? So hopefully that helps. So Ryan asks, Facebook page, so the ad appears to come from their account. Yes, so we're using our realtor's account, and if they're not comfortable having the ad attached to their account, which I don't really see happen, but it could potentially happen, we're also just, we've run them in marketplaces where we set up area name real estate watch or area name real estate homes or real estate homes. Just something that has to do with the area name and real estate. And it's just an interest page where you're posting, 2 or 3 nice pictures of homes, board statistics, that sort of thing. And you can run it promoting that business page. So it looks like a business page that's involved in just providing helpful real estate information. It doesn't necessarily have to be the specific realtor, so you can do it that way as well. Mr. Smiley says, being completely new to this industry, should I implement this same system right away? And the answer to that is yes. It is how I started, and I got to tell you, having the ability to advertise for real estate and generate those leads so that you can work them as well is a phenomenal way to start lead processing in your mortgage business, especially if you're newer to the industry. It's how I got started. Now, obviously, I'm not in the processing side of the mortgage business anymore. The marketing agency has grown from that. And again, that's a much longer story, but that is absolutely a phenomenal way to get started, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Chris, how do you access their Facebook page to set up the ad campaign? So Ryan, you get them to add you as an administrator on their Facebook advertising account. And to do that, you go into their, walk them through it, either be at their office or over the phone. Just say, open up Ads Manager, click on settings, click on page roles, punch my name in and make me an admin. And then when you log into your Facebook advertising account, you'll be able to access their Facebook advertising account through your Ads Manager. And that gives you the ability to run the ads and monitor everything from inside your Facebook account. But they have total control. They can kick you out as an admin at any time. But it gives you the ability to administer those ads in their accounts. From Sarah. Sarah asks a great question. Do you run a campaign first and then set it up for the realtor? And the answer to that question is no. So that's why I gave you that screenshot inside the slide deck, is so that you can go in with, hey, we're seeing this in the Guelph marketplace and we'd like to try it with you. Because you can't technically turn the advertising campaign on to promote the real estate without having the realtor on board with you using their compliance information in the advertisement, because you can't advertise the service to send them, real estate listings or lists of open houses, unless you're a realtor. So there is definitely some compliance issues there, and yeah, absolutely, you've got to get that realtor's go ahead. You want the buy-in before you actually turn those ads on. So hopefully that helps. From Jimmy. Jimmy says the ad on Facebook is to get the email from the potential buyer. Once we get the list of interested people, we give it to the potential referral partner and then have the mortgage referral. Jimmy, phenomenal question. So yes, the list of interested people, you can set it up so that it goes to both sources. So you can set it up so that the realtor gets a copy and you get a copy, and you can ask them for whatever information you want. So you can say name, phone number, email address, city. Like, you can really get detailed on those forms. Keep in mind, the more information that you ask for, the less leads you'll get, right? So typical name, phone number, email address is a great place to start on those forms. Now, there is a little bit of a hook that I didn't add to the presentation because I didn't want it to be too overwhelming, but I'll teach it to you here because I want you to get as much value from this series and from First National as possible. So what we're doing is we use a thank you upsell page, okay? So when they opt in on the landing page, not on Facebook, but when they skip the lead ad on Facebook and go to that landing page that I showed you, hold on here, this one here, they click on sign up now, they fill in their information, they click submit, it takes them to a thank you page that says, congratulations, you've subscribed to the weekly list of open houses, and realtor name is going to be reaching out to you shortly. Now, do you have any idea how much home you can afford? Question mark. Before you start shopping, you've got to go out and get a pre-approval. And to get started on that process, you can call me today at phone number or fill out this form. And there's a second opt-in form. And that opt-in form is a direct mortgage lead that comes direct to you, and you call that person and pre-qualify them. So there's a second stage to the lead generation that you can add on the back end, and absolutely it generates mortgage leads from people that haven't talked to a mortgage lender, haven't been to a bank branch, they're brand new on the process of looking for homes. So they're not going to close right away, but they're going to close in 6 months, 9 months, a year, and it builds this phenomenal pipeline for you. So that's how that works. Angela. Hey, Angela, great to have you on the call here. Hope all is well. Do we need to be added as an admin to the Realtor Partners Facebook page to be able to create those ads to show it as if from the realtor? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, you do. Our next question is from Vincent. And if there's a follow-up question to that, Angela, just let me know. Our next question is from Vincent. How do you go with the usual restraint from some realtors to deal with mortgage brokers as they get 50%? So I'm just going to leave a little bit of this out here. Yeah. So Vincent, I would say, so the question is, how do you compete with somebody that's already got a relationship with the bank, essentially? And the answer to that is this, again, I'm going to speak candidly, and this is my opinion, Chris Johnstone. This does not reflect the views of our sponsor, First National, or anything like that. But we're in the business of marketing, as are the realtors. And if you can show them a way to grow their business and to generate new leads on the front end, even if all you're doing is arranging getting those customers that you generate the leads for, there's enough volume to be produced from a system like this that it can work really well for you. And then if, and potentially when, there's a deal that goes sideways because another institution or whatever can't potentially process that deal, you're there. You're there to help. You're there to prove your expertise in making sure that that client gets funding, right? So it's about a foot in the door. And again, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. You are a phenomenal professional at what you do. This is all about just getting you in front of those people and giving you the opportunity to show how awesome you are at your job, at processing mortgages, and doing a good job, giving back a little something, and just building a relationship with the realtor is enough. That's enough to overcome any type of, in my experience, any type of financial or whatever incentive there may be in the marketplaces right now. People do business with people. And I truly believe that you know, as long as we take care of each other in the industry as realtors and mortgage professionals, you know, helping other people is never going to bite you in the butt, you know, for lack of a better phrase. So you're good to go. So Jimmy asks, if I post my ad on the Realtor Facebook page, who will be charged for the ad? And that depends on which ads manager you're running it through. Definitely you can cover the cost of those advertisements, or the realtor can cover the cost of those advertisements. Again, that's a conversation that will slip into compliance, and it's definitely something that you want to make sure that you get checked out as far as incentivization and all those other things. So make sure with whatever you do out there that you are compliant, right? So with that, looks like we are at the bottom of the questions, and thank you all for the fantastic questions and for investing your valuable time here today. And I'd like to give a sincere thank you to First National Financial for bringing us all together and for sponsoring this education. And you know, welcome to our group. This is only our second training, and this is invite only. You are one of a very select group of people to actually get this business building training, and I hope that you're enjoying it. Again, if you need help setting this up, or I can help in any way, just go to cwjstone.com/funnel, and we'll make sure that we get you taken care of. So my name is Chris Johnstone. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, and we'll see you on the next one. Talk soon, everybody. Bye-bye.